Hi everyone, this is Christine. Welcome to HeliTalk. Today I have an amazing guest all the way from Russia. Like to you to introduce yourself, please?
Hey, I go by Natasha Zadaar because my actual last name is too difficult to spell. So 7 years ago, when I flew into New Jersey, I was hanging out with my friends and we're kind of like coming up with a nickname, right? What's going to be easy for people to memorize, and that's not going to be too difficult for me to spell. So I went for the Zadar, right? Which, if I drop Natasha, Zadar might be like a last name of a male that's going to throw
Yeah.
people off, right?
Uh-huh.
So that's my Instagram name, and I'm thinking to use that as my DJ name, Natasha Zadaar, or just drop Natasha and go by Zadaar. So that's the story behind the name.
Well, you should definitely like have different um like names and you can set it on Instagram and have the viewers choose like what matches, and you can kind of hear that's kind of cool.
Yeah,
There's
like a
like those
little
like
poll.
questionnaires or whatever it is.
There you
I
go.
like that. I actually really like that. So, what made you start to become a DJ?
So I think I had a prehistory to that. I started partying 20 years ago, mid 2000s, when electro house, electro clash was popping. So I was exposed to a lot of electronic music. Then I took a break. I was kind of more into indie rock music. But just recently, a few years back, maybe 2 or 3 years ago, I started going back to festivals here in LA or South California. It started with Portola in San Francisco. So I
Wow.
saw Justice headlining, and Justice was a big part of mid 2000s scene.
Hmm.
And I saw, oh, Justice is headlining a festival up in San Francisco on a pier. I'm going. So it started with that, and then you do your homework. You start exploring the recent artists, right? Um, and then there was San Diego Festival crossed, and there was something that hit me. It wasn't spring, so it started raining, and they were playing Age of Love, and that track goes back to the years when I was partying. So it
Mm.
clicked, and I was on my way back home on a train, and I felt like, hey, there's something I want to say, right? Because that's idea of DJing was at the back of my mind for the longest, right? And I
Yeah.
started messing with this free software, right? I gave myself a month to see if I will last. I lasted, so I invested into a little gear to start, and that's how it started. So it was just bedroom DJing for a year and a half, and here I am at Helipad doing my first open decks, right? Because I thought, hey, I'm missing the most important ingredients: the crowd, the live
Yeah.
crowd, the interaction with the crowd, reading the crowd. So here I am. This is how it started, basically.
Yeah, and I think it's so amazing that you found HeliPad today. It's like your first time playing here at the Open Decks. Can you tell us more about the experience you felt while you're playing here?
It's very welcoming. I feel comfortable because it's an inclusive environment where I don't have to compromise, right? But people come with their music, with their taste, and you don't have to settle with what is trendy right now. You can really go with your taste. And it's important for me where I can express myself, right? It's very welcoming. I thought it would be more intimidating, but I feel like the hours of practice that you put into it, it pays off eventually.
Yeah.
So you feel confidence, you feel support from your fellow, DJs who is first time, second time, third time, the organizers. It's a very welcoming environment. I enjoyed it.
That's great. How did you hear about us?
I think I was on Instagram, so there's not too many open deck opportunities in Los Angeles, and I appreciate what guys are doing consistently every Sunday, which can be a good starting ground for DJs and producers who are just barely getting started, right?
Yeah.
It's a good launch pad helipad, right?
It's a great way to connect with everybody, and also, like you said, for up and coming artists or even people who have a great following, just to come and to be part of this like community, and you meet different new faces, and I think that's what makes Helipad so great. Yeah, to
Yeah,
bring everyone
it does.
together with the love of music. Do you want to play all around the world, especially like going back to Russia, making a name there, or do you just like want to,
Right,
first with the
right now
states and
it's a little
stuff?
bit complicated.
Yeah.
There's definitely names that have been merging across the globe, like Locket Club or Vladimir Dubushkin, and I'm trying to see them whenever I can when they're performing outside of Russia. When the time comes, I would definitely want to go back and probably play the after hours that I
That
used
would be
to
amazing. Yeah.
party at 20 years ago.
Will that be
If
a full circle
if it's
though?
it yeah, definitely will. If
Yeah.
it still exists, right? Right now it's not the best time, but if it's meant to be, I'll definitely go back and kind of like pay in respect to um to where it all started, right? When
Yes,
I was just
yes.
partying.
I mean, you never know. You might be able to make a new one for this, this modern time too, and make it your own. So that would be really freaking awesome. And you can inspire other new ones, right? New up and coming artists too in the future. Do you see yourself also playing in a very big venue where there's obviously so many people and different festivals and stuff? Because I know sometimes DJs, especially up and coming artists, they like just a small, like a small community, small crowd, and some do like the bigger crowds. Where do you see yourself belonging to?
It's all about building confidence.
Yeah.
Once the confidence is there, once you know, okay, I'm certain in my selection,
Hmm.
I'm certain in my technical skills. It doesn't matter if it's 10 people, 100 people, 1,000 people, right? If you have something to say, I'll definitely go for it, but I won't be chasing it.
Yeah.
Yeah, so there's festivals in Los Angeles that have dedicated Los Angeles based DJs. Like there's Skyline that hosts a stage, like art stage that's all dedicated Los Angeles artists. That would be probably a dream for me to play
Yeah.
eventually, a few years from now. But that's a long journey.
It'll be there. It's just gonna come soon. And I know that you're new right now. Is there a specific genre that you want to focus on? Would you want to do more bass, house, trance, techno? Or do you want just to be good at everything and play different mixes at events?
Out of the four you mentioned, that's probably house, but different branches of house, different
Mm.
subgenres of house. I choose texture over anything else. So it's tribal house, it's 90s inspired house, rave, warehouse. I do love bass texture, but more breaks and
Yeah.
breakbeat. So it ultimately comes down to, okay, what my ear likes, what is the selection, and then I find a good mix of what other people are playing, and I find a way to incorporate my taste into the whole party.
Yeah. Do you have a specific equipment you are using right now?
So that's interesting. I started a year and a half ago with Pioneer FLX4. That's
Ooh.
a starter controller.
Yeah.
That's very trendy right now.
Yeah.
Everyone starts with it. But then I knew I would want to eventually start playing open decks, right?
Yeah.
And I was trying to book that equipment at a studio, but it's never available. So I recently, just 2 weeks ago, purchased all-in-one standalone XDJ AZ, which is like next generation of what is used here.
Yeah.
So it got me a lot of confidence, right? It's not exactly the same, but it gives me this confidence not to get nervous too much. So that's what I have been practicing recently at home. And the small one that I started with is going to be a portable controller, just for little gigs.
Yeah. Who inspire you? Or is there like a DJ that you look up to and you would like to play with?
I wouldn't say it's one name, right? It's more of a combination of me going to festivals, discovering um, great artists, discovering names that are not necessarily too big right now in Los Angeles scene, but they're talented,
Yeah.
and it's just pulling that inspiration a little bit from everyone, and ultimately, okay, this is my taste, this is my selection, this is what works for me, and I'm adding it to my library, right? I wouldn't necessarily name a certain DJ. It's a lot of them.
I mean, there are so many good ones. I feel like sometimes people ask me, if you were to become a DJ, like what genre or who do you want to like play with or who are you inspired by? And honestly, I have like so many on the list. Like I just want to be good at everything so I can play those mixes. So no, that's a great answer.
Genres are good to
Yeah.
kind of classify music, but at the same time, there's so much music and mixes and artists on the edge
Absolutely.
that labeling them is not necessarily fair.
Yeah. So we asked, a few DJs this question, and we're so curious. Like, do you prefer playing during sunset or during sunrise? And I feel like this is such a unique question for myself because I feel like there's like different vibes, you know?
That's a good question. So I mentioned that I started partying 20 years ago, right?
Yeah.
And 20 years ago, the young me would definitely prefer the sunrise. And then life catches up with you, age catches up with you.
Sunsets house better. Go to sleep early.
So sunsets it is right now. Even though I wouldn't say no to sunrises, right? When the opportunity presents itself, definitely yes. But it's more so the willingness, and the capability.
Yeah. That's a great answer. What makes you happy? Besides, learning how to DJ, making music. Is there anything else you'd like to share with the viewers?
It's really living one day at a time. There's so much going on in the world right now, so you can only be happy in the moment, enjoy what you have, appreciate what you have, your job, your situation, your little hobby that you put hours of practice into, and then showing up for a community. So really just simple living and being happy, being content with what you have.
I like that. Yeah, yeah. Do you have other hobbies that you do?
I do love. I like staying active. I like hiking.
Ooh,
I like
there's so many good trails
cycling.
around here too.
I mean, you have to build stamina for that raving, right?
I know. I feel like I always get my like 10,000 steps whenever I go to an event. I'm like, all right, who needs the gym? Who needs to go on the treadmill?
So yeah,
dancing and vibing. Best of both worlds.
it's really. I just recently got into Pilates about a year ago,
Oh wow.
and then yoga to keep you grounded, to keep you strong. Um, so music, digging for music, discovering music, putting together mixes, staying active. I have 2 cats. I'm a pet lover,
Oh, your cats.
nature lover.
Cute.
Yeah, that's pretty much
Love
it.
Oh, what are your cats' names?
It's funny. I adopted them, so they came with those names already. But the boy's name is Belgium,
Oh,
and the girl's
cute.
name is Waffles.
I love it.
And then there was a third cat that I was entertaining to adopt, but he was semi-feral, so he chose to be out. Right? He didn't choose a home, but I wanted to name him Syrup. Right? So Belgium, Waffles, and Syrup.
That is so freaking awesome. That's cute. Oh my god, that's actually, yeah. Maybe you can adopt like another cat and name him Syrup. I love cats. I have 3 cats, and it's funny because cats have so many different personalities and stuff like that.
They
But
do.
so
They're totally
adorable.
different personalities.
Yeah. Do you miss Russia, or do you see yourself maybe in the future moving back?
Not
to Russia?
really. I'm embracing my experience here. I embrace the background,
Yeah.
right? Where I was born, where I was raised, and I only moved 7 years ago, so I was basically brought up. I was, established as an adult over there.
Yeah.
But then you move here, and that's a new chapter. That's new
Yeah.
things to learn. So I'm embracing that chapter of my life. I do not necessarily miss Russia. I would be happy to go back when it's the right time.
Yeah. And so you're just, it's definitely so different in LA. It's always sunny and warm. The vibes are probably different than Russia, right?
It is.
Yeah.
It makes it totally worth it.
Yeah, yeah. It's there's something about LA. Like I feel like every time I drive to LA, there's always it's I don't know. Everybody there's so many different personality, different things you can do in many events. So and it's a great way to for up and coming artists too, because you can meet so many people, network.
Yeah,
Yeah.
people watching is actually like posting up in Venice by the skate park,
Yeah.
and where they do the little disco roller skating.
Yeah.
Like people watching is one of the best pastime activities here.
That's so true. What is your favorite food? We're gonna ask a lot of random questions today.
So, I turned vegetarian 9 years ago. So I would say at this point, whatever is homemade vegetarian that fuels me,
Yeah.
that keeps me going, enough nutrients. Yeah, that's the way to go. I'm not too picky. It has to taste good, but probably I would pack a lunch to go to work. Um, yeah, whatever is vegetarian, plant based. Yeah, really does the job
Yeah,
for me.
there's a lot of great restaurants here too that have that, so you have a lot of options. What is your favorite color?
My favorite color is probably green, the nature.
I was gonna say money.
No, it's the
My
nature.
sister's like money because that's her favorite color, so it's pretty funny.
I like black, but not with the dark context behind it because it's so versatile, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, black and green.
I like those. Yeah, I like that. I like that. So, is there a hike that you like to go often and like a good place where it really just clear your hair or head? Because I know for myself, a lot of times like I go to a lot of different hikes, but there's always this one place that I'm able to like, all right, I need to, you know, make sure my stress is down. I can go and I can be happy. And if so, do you feel that when you going on that hike, you have a lot of thoughts on like how or what kind of music you can make, right?
Right. I would definitely invite everyone who hasn't been to Palos Verdes because I'm currently based in South Bay, in Harbor City. It gives me easy access to Palos Verdes, all those hikes overlooking the ocean.
Mm, yeah.
So, and I like Big Sur up north, right? But you don't have to travel that far to get all the benefits and all the beautiful views of rocky, you know, scenery.
Yeah.
So I would invite everyone to go to South Bay, Palos Verdes, to do any hike, whatever is open. It's really scenic. You can smell the ocean air. You can smell the pines. It's really magnificent.
Yeah. Okay, check that out, guys. I need to check that place out. I need to add that to my hiking list. Anything else you want to share with the viewers? That something that you want them to know about you that I haven't been asked?
I want to say because the memory is still fresh, right?
Yeah.
It was my first open dance today, and I was hesitant. I was nervous. So, if you're an emerging artist, DJ, whoever, whatever you are, just if you have something to say, if you have the confidence, just go out for it. Just go for it. Don't hesitate. There's this community that's willing to accept you, to support you, and you would rather try and fail other than not try, and then you're gonna be wondering, oh, what if I hadn't tried?
Yeah.
So it was a really awesome experience today, very wholesome, and I'll definitely be back.
I love that. Well, thank you so much. It was so great to get to know you, and I'm so excited. Can't wait to see more things from you in the future.
Thank you. It's a pleasure.
Bye, everyone.